reluctant to answer any discovery questions that have anything outside the scope of what we agreed to talk about.
Sure.
I do not know what your intentions are, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I do not trust you.
Well, you don't know me.
I don't know you, and even if I did know you, I wouldn't trust you.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't trust too many people?
I don't trust law enforcement.
I got it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
And
then.
I'm gonna ask some questions. I'm assuming I'm not being detained.
No, absolutely not. You're free to go. At any point you're like, I'm done, you let me know. We walk out the same way we came in.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not under arrest.
Absolutely not.
Am I suspected of committing any crime?
Not that I know of. Not.
Now, I'm in the courthouse with my attorney, Scott Phillips, and it's the same situation. I'm there as a free man. I'm under no obligation whatsoever. My attorney is representing me, Scott Phillips. I don't even have to be there if I don't want to be.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm there as a free man.
Sure.
I'm standing there with my attorney. As we go through the court proceeding, how do you plead? Not guilty. I'm walking out of the room.
So court's done. So I want to ask you a follow-up question. Before
Sure.
you said you were resisting.
Yes.
What does that mean? Like, what were you
Verbally resisting. I was sitting there asking them to identify themselves.
Okay.
I do not consent to any searches or seizures. Am I being arrested? Am I being detained?
So you're not physically fighting them? You're not...
I'm physically pulling away from them.
Got it. Okay.
They are not telling me that I'm under arrest.
Okay.
They are not telling me what I'm under arrest for. They're saying absolutely nothing to me. They just start asking me discovery questions, at which time I shut completely up.
So you didn't say anything then?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Basically, my attorney ran out of the room. What am I going to say? If you really want to talk to me, this is one of the more professional ways to talk to me. You treat me like a human being, and if you show some professional respect for a human being, they have none. They show none, and they were treating me like I was already convicted of whatever they're accusing me of doing. So they never told me what I was under arrest for. They never read me my rights. In what I call a solitary confinement cell for 2 days. I continued to ask to speak to my attorney throughout the 2 days that I was there, as well as what are you arresting me for. During the first day, that was June 11th, Detective Carpenter gets a search warrant for my car and my home.
Okay, so it's June.
He gets a search warrant signed by Judge Carter to have my car and my home searched. He takes all my video cameras, PC, thumb drives, cell phones, and $20,000. This is a fishing expedition. He's been stalking me for about 4 months. I caught Carpenter stalking me. I didn't know who he was at the time, but I caught him stalking me.
What do you mean by that?
Following me. I caught him at a mall out here in Waukesha. Not Mayfair.
Brookfield Square.
Brookfield Square.
Okay.
I caught him following me, and I got pictures of him. And I didn't know he was a cop. I just knew he was following me.
How did you, like, oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
How did you know, I mean, like, what tipped you off that this person was...
Following me?
Yeah.
Because he was.
So, like, walking behind you?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yes.
So, like, you're in the mall shopping or whatever, and...
I'm walking around.
Okay.
Okay?
Was that before or after this incident, Gary?
Before.
Before?
Approximately
How long
a
before?
month. About a month before I was arrested.
Okay.
I'm in the mall and I'm walking around, and I
And at
know
this point, you don't know Fine or...
Carpenter. I do not know
Carpenter.
either
Okay.
one of them. I didn't see Fine that day.
Okay.
I saw Carpenter, and I took a picture of him. And I caught Carpenter, and I got pictures of Carpenter, and he doesn't know what to do because you can't disappear that fast.
So, does he see you take a picture of him?
He's looking right at me.
What does he do?
Nothing. There's nothing he can do. He's more or less just sitting there, like standing there like this, looking at me as I'm taking pictures of him. He didn't know who he was.
Yeah, okay.
I did not know at that time. It isn't until after he's identified and he arrests me and I'm going through my files. It took some time before I actually was able to connect him and the pictures that I have of him.
Okay.
And I've got videos of this. I'm assuming you guys seen my videos.
I've only seen a little blurb of one on YouTube.
Sure.
That you, I think you wrote kind of like captions to it. Is there another one, or is that the only one that's been posted?
There's 45 of them.
All of the search warrant?
No, there's
Okay.
many things of my YouTube page.
Would you,
Of these 8 officers breaking in, and I'm gonna call it what it is, breaking into my house, coming in and out of my house,
Okay.
carrying bags into my house. I've got Detective Fine carrying a suitcase, a red suitcase, into my house.
okay.
I wanna know what's in that red suitcase, and I wanna know what he's bringing into my house.
And is that on video?
That's on video.
Okay. Now, your video, Gary, is there any internal video, or is it all from the outside? Do you have anything set up in your home, or is it all
No
just
comment.
extras? Oh, okay.
What's posted
Let-
is,
Go ahead.
to answer your question, look at the videos, what's posted is what I feel comfortable with posting.
Okay. Let me ask you this, and I don't know if you'll answer it or not. If you had video inside that could assist me with looking into this, is that something you would make available to me, or is that something you want to think about? I don't know if you have anything inside or
No
not.
comment.
Okay.
At this stage of the game, I need to find out more about how much you're gonna help me.
Sure. No, I get it. That's
Okay?
fine. Yep.
I do have a number of them posted, of them in and out of my house,
Okay.
of who they are. There's approximately 8 of them. 4 of them I can identify, the other 4 I can't.
And Gary, those videos, I know we talked before about having to kind of shorten them to get them to be able to be posted, or for people to keep their focus on stuff.
Correct.
Would those also be something that you've been able to kind of condense into?
10
Okay.
minutes or less.
Okay. And I'm wondering, like, the
I do have a
originals,
master's.
would those be something you would make available to me at some point?
No comment.
Okay. Okay, but
I-
you still maintain the original.
The masters are always
Okay.
the masters.
Is that might be, well, that's something, Gary, that might be helpful for me to at least know, if that's something you would share, and you can email that to me once, if you decide you wanna do that, at least so I know the length of, the recording from the
Sure.
search warrant. If
Sure.
that's something you're comfortable with, I would certainly appreciate
Sure.
that, but I understand if that's not something you wanna, whatever's good for you, Gary.
For the most
I'm gonna-
part, I agree with what you're asking, but I don't want to commit to it until we get to a point where we see where this is
Yeah,
going.
no, so, there's a red suitcase that one of them brings in, fine, I think?
Detective Fine.
Okay.
I've noticed through the videos, they're bringing things into my house,
Mhm.
supposedly looking for whatever, but I'm not happy about seeing people bring things into my house when they're supposed to be looking for whatever.
Right.
Child pornography, what are you bringing in these suitcases and these boxes and
Okay.
things of that nature.
Do you know the final outcome? I think you said before that they didn't find any evidence of anything. Is that?
They never found
Did I
any.
get that right? Okay.
That's
So they
correct.
didn't find any child porn or evidence of any other type of crime?
No porn whatsoever.
Okay.
And no evidence of any crime whatsoever.
Okay. Still deciding if they're going to hear it.
It's
know how that
November
goes.
2016, I'm scheduled for a jury trial.
November 2016. Okay.
So it's actually gone to the next level.
Yes, I have jury status. There was also 10 motions that I had filed. To determine eligibility of my motions for June 20th. So it was more of a motion hearing on June 20th than really anything else. On June 20th, Judge Carter also ordered, I brought up many issues about my records being withheld, concealed, deleted, destroyed, edited, pretty much a whole package of evidence spoilage, and I had filed a motion on that. Judge Carter ruled at that time to the city attorney, Miles Eastman, you will release his records. I raised the issue on June 20th with Judge Carter about who signed the search warrant. As of June 20th, 2016, I still didn't know it was Judge Carter who signed the search warrant in June of 2014. I didn't know because there is no identifying information on the search warrant to who the judge is. These officers in and out of my house, taking bags in and out and things of that nature. They are on my YouTube page.
Okay.
They are narrated, and it is edited for time. They get a search warrant on the 11th, and they search my car and my home, and they did take my computers, my cameras, cell phones, money, thumb drives, and never found anything that I know of anywhere on my property, in my car, in my home, or any electronic devices. It is well established at that point that my cell phones, none of them, have the audio and video capabilities. Nor have I had a phone. There is a reason.
Can you tell me the reason? Would you tell me the reason?
It's a technical reason.
Okay.
It is because what law enforcement does to your cell phone through hacking that can access that information is why I don't do it.
Okay. Okay.
Not the issues with people following me and stalking me for many years. I know for a fact that there's GPS tracking bugs on both my vehicles. One on my van right now and one on my Taurus right now, and it's been there for many years.
Who did that?
There's only one person or one organization that I can think of that has the ability with the technical skills to put that type of device where it's put. And the key word is where it's placed. It is not done by an amateur. It is done by a highly skilled, extremely skilled technician to bury this GPS tracking unit up inside my vehicle.
How did you find it?
I have a GPS bug detector.
Oh, okay. Okay. You left it on there?
It's been there. I left it on there, and it's still there.
It's still there, huh?
Yep, both of them.
How long have you been on there?
On the Taurus, on my 2002 Ford Taurus, it's been on there for approximately 10 years. And on my van, I'd say probably almost the same amount of time. Whoever did it is very well trained and extremely professional. I can tell by where it is and how it's installed. It is not done by any amateur, and I left it there for a reason. I do not know why. I do know who the organization is, but I don't know why they have focused on me to the extent that they have. Hacking into your electronics, internet, things of that nature, that is relatively almost child's play for half of your experienced force in this department alone can do this fairly easy.
You mean like remote hacking?
And when I tell you that those GPS tracking units have been on my car, it is the only way they know where I am, when I'm there, at the time that I'm there.
Wow.
Okay? It is that easy. Now, if you got a warrant for those GPS tracking units, I want to see them. I also want to know who put them there, and I want to know why they were put there.
Who do you think put them there?
I can only tell you, I can't tell you the exact name of who put it there, but I can tell you that it was done by law enforcement.
Okay.
That's not the case here. These people had access to my car, and they got into it deep.
Yeah.
Not just the surface. They got into it deep.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I left it there. These are professionals. Okay, I've actually hired private investigators to have it removed, and they refused because they knew the same thing I knew. Law enforcement put it there. They don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. Now, Gary, I want to make sure I hit on this because it's we just kind of streamed over it, and that's obviously a pretty important part here.
Sure.
So you talk about at the search warrant
Yes.
that a bunch of stuff was taken.
Yes.
Right? Basically all your computer devices, electronic devices, if I summarize it like that, would that be fair to say? Thumb drives, whatever. Okay. You also mentioned something about some money that was
That's
taken
correct.
as well. So tell me about that.
Hard cold cash, $100 bills. There was a few 50s in there, approximately $14,800.
Okay. Now you say in there. Where was it?
It was in my house.
All in the same place? Was it in different places in the house?
No, it was in the same spot.
It was in the same spot? And
3
you
gold coins, Canadian maple leaf, 1 ounce.
3 gold coins?
Correct.
And you said Canadian maple leaf?
Yeah, 1 ounce.
All 3 of them were that?
Yes,
Canadian maple leaf, 1 ounce. 1 ounce each?
correct.
Okay. And the money you said was $100 bills?
Most of them were $100 bills. There were some $50 bills in
Some
there.
50s?
Yeah.
Okay, so the cash,
Yes.
the gold coins,
And there was a gold diamond-studded ring.
have any pictures of the ring so I know what
I
we're
do not.
talking about? No, okay. And then the money, I know that's gonna be a dumb question, but is that normally about like what you have in your house? Was that a unique circumstance or,
It is what I normally have,
okay,
or usually have.
okay. Not a bank person?
Not lately.
Okay.
Uh,